Today's Wednesday, March 23rd, 2016. You're listening to the Elevator Radio Show. Elevator Radio Show is a proud supporter of the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation. To find out how you can make a difference, visit their website today, www.eesf.org. Hey, everybody, I got a show for you today. Stay tuned. Here it comes. Yes, I've had a lot of coffee.
You're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show, a weekly program dedicated to covering news and information on elevators, escalators, and moving walkways. Produced in the wee hours of the morning, a new show is uploaded every Wednesday, sometimes even before you get out of bed. Listen to some of the comments sent in from our audience.
Rob from New York writes, Tom, are you f***ing insane? You actually get up at 2 a.m. each Wednesday to put this show out? Man, you must love elevators. Tim from Illinois writes, I'm not sure why I listened, but ever since I tuned into the first show back in 2007, I've been addicted. Matt in Texas writes, I like your safety messages, Tom. It's important to remember them each and every day. And he also adds,
when am I going to win the monthly prize pack giveaway?
Ron from California sent this in. Despite your inability to pronounce words in the English language, I tune in each week and am glad that you offer this service to the industry. It's better than Google News alerts. Sarah from Washington writes, love the show, Tom, and look forward to it each week. I'm glad I signed up for the newsletter. You provide a valuable resource for the industry, not only for North America, but worldwide.
Enjoy the show. And now, here's your sleep-deprived host, Tom Sybert.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening to this program. This is the Elevator Radio Show weekly podcast, and we're going to bring you, news, information, links online each and every week, every Wednesday morning when our computer is working and not broken. Yes, last week, got the show prep all done, went to go turn on the computer that does the recording, and just did not start. And thank goodness it was a power supply, relatively easy to fix, although there's so many different computers out there that literally trying to find the exact power supply. It wasn't exactly the easiest thing to do, but it is done. We are here, and it is great to be here. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. We do have a good show for you, and if you haven't checked out last week's show notes, I do have all those article links, so just go to elevatorradioshow.com and you can kind of scroll through and check out what those articles. I did post a couple of those in today's program that I wanted to talk about, and so hopefully you enjoy it. Oh, man, it is busy. I feel like I'm going a million miles an hour. I don't know if many of you ever go through that phase. I'm sure that you do. Typically, that follows a kind of a lull period or a chance to recuperate or recover, and unfortunately, I just have not felt that in the last month and a half. It's been an exciting time at the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation. The annual general meeting was held in Atlanta 2 weeks ago, I believe. It could be 3, I think 2. And the executive board, or the board in general, voted to reduce the board size, which I think made perfect sense, strengthen the committees with some of the members that had gone off, which is awesome. We are moving forward with the children's program, the online version of that. The website is in process, and that hopefully should be done in May. So that whole component will be done. The new program development is moving forward in trying to educate employees, those that work in transit systems, those that work in sporting arenas. It's kind of as a prevention measure when unsafe practices are being witnessed by people that work in those locations. So that's going to be huge. We're also revamping the website, which should be much more, it should be focused more on the end user or the general riding public rather than industry specific, which I think is going to be huge. And also basically rebranding some of the other programs that so that all of them tie in together and how they look. So that's pretty exciting stuff. Next step is that we are going to look at marketing, safety, not only in key demographic areas and also providing performance indicators that would allow us to track and see how often the programs are being used online and viewed. And because when you get right down to it, it should make a bigger impact if we can focus on larger metropolitan areas, not only in the United States but in Canada as well, where a lot of those users can actually are using this type of equipment. One of the other items that was approved or discussed was also introducing or paying for or funding, I guess I should say, the paper program. And we did come up with a very cost-effective paper version program in which we are going to run parallel with the online program so that we can get that out to kids and schools, and those schools that still are requesting it, those entities that want something physical to go out and actually share. And we're going to save a ton of money on that level. But at the end of the day, the foundation still needs funding. We are a 100% donation-funded organization, and if you look at the numbers in what we do, it's pretty amazing to see basically what we can accomplish with the funding that we have. And so I'm just excited. It seems like I don't think things can go any quicker. I would love them to go quicker. But when we get right down to it, funding is critical in terms of being able to afford these next projects and the projects that we're currently involved with in order to make that happen. So that's part of the issue that we see and found over the last year in getting the program to where it has been. So, and as always, I want to thank everybody for not only your support, but to our founding members for all of their support, not only financially, but with board appointees that really make a huge difference. And that's, in my opinion, that makes all the difference in the world. So, so thank you. I can't say that enough. Not only the founding members, but other organizations that are not founding members that have just stepped up to the plate, like Elevator U, the Elevator Riders, Riding Club, NAEC, well, they're a founding member, but they've stepped up to the plate, IAEC, Elevator Consultants Group. So really, and also, NEI and the NAEC, as I mentioned before, NACE International, just some great stuff out there. So I really appreciate that. If anybody has any questions regarding the foundation, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to, help you out. We've got a good, strong executive board. Thanks to Elevator World for the great coverage. I want to thank Hanno for a brief, short interview that we got together and did, and hopefully in the future we'll have some kind of cross. I don't know. We'll have them on the program as well if we can get our Skyped, LinkedIn, all that good stuff connected and just have some fun with it. But yeah, it was a good meeting, really good meeting. And for those of you that missed it, we missed you. So and that's about it regarding the AGM. So it's moving forward. On the work front, things are good. Things are busy. I don't know how many of you out there have ever kind of dealt with a coworker that was struggling with an illness. Currently, I'm at that point with a good friend and coworker of mine, where just out of the blue, 2 weeks ago, was diagnosed with advanced cancer, and it's really a shame, and it's unfortunate that it's come to this. And looking back, you can say coulda, woulda, shoulda kind of thing, but at the end of the day, it doesn't change the outcome. So my message to all of you out there, all of you who are my friends, who are my colleagues, who are my work family or my industry family, make sure you're getting your checkups. Don't be the guy or the gal who doesn't go to the doctor, who says, I feel fine, I don't trust doctors, all that crap. Because at the end of the day, if some of this stuff could be caught earlier, it would have made a big difference. And it's not the way that Richard Daniel would have wanted the rest of his days to be, and it's really unfortunate. So it's a difficult time at work on that level, just knowing that that's someone in the back of your head. And anyway, so that's my other 2 cents. And then on top of that, home life is good. It's great. The kids are all in volleyball, for those of you who care. And so that time is busy now up until the second week in June. So everything is just booming. I just, when the weekends come, there's no chance to rest. And, I think, man, I wish I was going to the NEC Spring Conference, but the reality is I just don't have that time, which I wish I did, but it would be nice to kind of get out and recharge my batteries. I don't know how to do that anymore. And, man, it's just... we all have to figure out how to do that, how to get away from it all. And I even, and just as a side note here regarding just being busy and feeling overwhelmed and all that, I stopped, like my phone, I stopped getting email notifications after work and on the weekends. I can't deal with them. enough is enough, and it's just I just hate it. It's not, we've become a world that we're instantly connected, and you're I don't want to say you got an issue, but you're a pain in the ass when you get an email from somebody and then they call you literally like 2 minutes later asking if you got the email. You know what I mean? It's so emails go off at night. I even removed the email link on my phone and I pushed it to one of my back screens so that I don't have to see it, because just the fact that I see it down there, I used to see it in the main, on the phone main thing, like how many emails I got, and I'm like, ah. So, excuse me. So maybe if you are going through that same thing and you can unplug, I recommend it. I really recommend it, because get out there, do something. Do some gardening. Do something fun. Do something that doesn't involve elevators if you can. Just spend time with family. They grow up too fast. Okay. So who do I send the bill for my therapy right now? Huh? Yeah, all of you, and I appreciate that. Thank you for being my sounding board. So those are the steps I've taken, and try to figure out ways of managing your busy life so that it doesn't take over yours and wreck your family and wreck everything else in your world. I've seen it happen. It hasn't happened to me. I would try to separate that the best I can, but it's not always that easy. So anyway, okay, that's my rant, and I think that's really all I had to cover on the program today. Yeah, so that's it. So we'll get up into the news next, and as always, get over to the Facebook page, Elevator Radio Show Facebook page. Become a or just like it, or whatever you do. Do whatever you need to do to see the updates and the show notes and all that good stuff, and that way, and anybody who likes the page also becomes eligible for the prize pack giveaway, which will be next week. All right, up next is news, and we'll get you out of here in no time.
Let this week's news stories give you a lift on what's happening in the vertical transportation arena. Each news segment is organically dug and fresh with news stories of the week. Got lift? If not, stay tuned.
All right, before I get into the news, I did want to announce that Parts Specialists Incorporated and Brugge Wire Rope form a Midwest Master Distributorship Agreement, which is pretty cool. And actually, this is released back end of February, so a lot of you have probably already seen this, but in case you didn't get a chance or you didn't see any of the releases out there, Parts Specialists Incorporated of Posen, Illinois is proud to announce a Midwest Master Distributorship Agreement with Brugge Wire Rope of Rome, Georgia, to supply elevator professionals in the industry. Parts Specialists Incorporated will inventory and distribute Brugge's line of innovative elevator lifting products. Their strategic partnership will allow the elevator industry to obtain these products from an elevator-specific supplier with competitive prices, all in Chicago. Now with James Monroe Wire and Cable Incorporated line of traveling cable and hoistway wire at our Midwest facility location, we can ship quickly and take pride in prompt service and customer satisfaction. For more information, product catalogs, and brochures, please visit the web or their website at partsspecialistinc.com. So pretty cool. Glenn, congratulations on that. And if you haven't checked out PSI's website and what they're doing, they are just booming. So I encourage you to check out, give them a try if you need wire or rope or parts. Just reach out to them. That's who we point people to. All right, first news article. Obviously, many of us have the news of the terrorist attacks that occurred yesterday morning in our thoughts, obviously, and the people that had passed and that were injured in our minds in Brussels. I do not understand the world we live in where literally this is happening. It's awful. It really is awful. Between this and the attack in Paris and also in South Africa at that hotel. My goodness, if you are that angry at people, just attack yourself. Just end your life. And I don't say this lightly, but do not bring innocent people into your war against whatever your war is, because at the end of the day, it's awful. It's really awful. And if you were to tell me when I was 16 or 17 that this would be happening in 2016, I literally would not believe you, and I do not know if this is ever going to end. I don't think it will. So just be aware of your surroundings, those around you, and let's see if you can't prevent things from happening. terrible. So, but the article, I forgot to talk about the article. The article covers one person's account of the incident or the attack or the terrorist, whatever, as they walked in an elevator right before the bombs went off, and they believe that saved their lives. So, unbelievable. Could happen to any of us. Okay, Elevator U, the conference, 19th annual conference brochure, educational brochure, has been released. If you are interested in finding out what the topics of presentation are going to be, go online. Complete schedule is set up there. I think there's going to be some great educational opportunities, so I encourage you to mark your calendars. Remember that between this event, the NASA International events, which I encourage everybody to support, and also I think that's it. In Elevator U, this is the other travel opportunity for many of us who do typically all those different shows together. So definitely check it out. And I just clicked on that by accident. I'm going to go back. Yeah. And that's a pretty new post. So, and to register for the Elevator U event, just go ahead and click the link that's underneath it. So it's got all the information in there. It's going to be held in Quincy, Illinois, and it is going to be a great time. June 20th to the 23rd. Okay, next news article talking about escalators at the Metro in Washington. Apparently, escalator installations will mean partially closed Metro stations. Okay, so this is one of those deals where I don't know why. This seems like it's a Captain Obvious article. What do I know? But apparently, Metro is installing new escalators at a number of locations starting Monday, and riders will have to contend with entrances at stations being closed for many months ahead. I always thought they had, stairs as well on these entrances. So I'm not quite sure why the entrances in themselves would be totally closed unless, you know what, I bet what the issue is they got to rip these things out and they got to, do infrastructure work and stuff like that. I'm thinking that's probably what the deal is. Okay, next news article. Oh, I didn't click on the right one. I can barely read these things on the computer screen. Is it just me or am I just blind? I should really change the text on these these posts. Somebody thinks light gray and aqua are good colors on a white background. I don't know who the hell that is, but it's just not too good. Oh, here we go. Okay, I was on the right article. Never question yourself unless you're wrong. Should be on a t-shirt, right? Okay, here we go. And if you're wondering why the image of Minecraft elevators is on the screen, I got to get into that a little bit. Okay, campus elevator mod plan moves along. This comes from Kay Leo, The Voice, newssource.org. And this is an article talking about the elevator modernization program at the University of Hawaii. There is an ongoing project, the Campus Elevator Modernization Program, which is working towards repairing over 85 old elevators on campus. This project is projected to cost $48 million and expected to end in 2020. Anyway, the gripe of this is basically that it's not happening soon enough, and also it seems like a long time. But in the reality, you've got to kind of spread that work out. You can't take them all down at one time. But anyway, if you've ever done work in Hawaii or work with anybody in Hawaii, you know the pace that they go at. And I don't mean anything wrong. This is no slam on Hawaiians or anybody who lives there. But it's just a relaxed pace. It's much different, And I think that there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's awesome. I think we could all learn from taking it a little slower. And but I don't know. It seems like a long time, obviously 2020, but it's only 5 years away. So it's probably right within the timeline that's being set up. Okay, 3 employees suffer smoke inhalation after an escalator at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. How did I come up with that? I don't know if they caught fire, or just burned up, or whatever. So everybody's okay. That happened at 3:30 a.m. Not a whole lot of information, but the damage was estimated at $100,000. Seems like a lot of money. I'm not sure where that came from. But yeah, let the insurance adjusters come in and do all that. Next article, broken elevator hinders seniors at apartment complex. I hate to read these articles. This is in the Dallas area. Let's see if we can play this without some ad. I'm not even going to play it. Okay. Yeah, because I'm going to get off this ad because something's going to blare in your ears. Something is going to blast in your ears. But anyway, yeah, you hate to see, elevators broken or not working where they are needed the most. At the end of the day, again, the articles don't always get into the root of the problem, which in many cases has to do with funding. So that's pretty important. Next news article is a press release from PR Newswire regarding Otis Elevator, who is going to be providing 22 units for prominent Seattle high-rise, which is, I think, pretty cool. They're going to be providing Gen 2 elevators and a whole bunch of other equipment. I'm not going to sign up for that, and I don't want to see your block-up. I do not want to see your pop-up ad. I want to block it. That's what I'm trying to say. Can you tell I've had a whole pot of coffee? Yeah. Now we got a truck next door that has just started up. Okay, this is kind of interesting. It's coming from the telegraph.co.uk. Some kind of study was done. The simulation proves standing-only escalators work on the tube. Well, in America, or in the United States, in the United States, escalators are not intended to be used as stairs when they're not in service because they don't meet, the length and the height and all that stuff. Doesn't meet code. I don't know which code it is exactly. It doesn't meet something compared to normal stairs. But a study that was done at the London Underground, which basically moves 1.3 billion customers each year, had a statistic that said, okay, if you have an escalator that's not working next to one that is working, the one that's not working, people are walking, standing and walking. What the heck is that? Oh, standing walking. I apologize. This has nothing to do with non-working escalators. Okay, scrap that. Okay, apparently the study was whether or not standing and walking moved more people, and what they found was, in this study, and I don't know how accurate it is, but for escalators that have people standing and walking, they moved 81 people per minute. Standing only moved 113. That which seems a little odd, but I don't know. I guess maybe the packed-in theory works. I guess. I'm not really sure. You can read more about that. Link is in the show notes. All right. Let's see here. Next article. Okay, the Chicago... I cannot talk. Realize it's early, okay? Cut me a little slack. Okay, Chicago Elevator Association meeting is going to be held in 2 weeks. If you are looking for continuing education units or credits, either through CET or QEI, they are offering. The presentation from WordTech is going to be worth 0.1 continuing education units, or 1 hour. So to find out more about that, link is in the show notes. That is going to be dinner, and it's on alternative testing status and related hoist rope issues. And their upcoming other events are May 19th is CEA Scholarship Fundraiser, and then June 8th, ESF Fundraiser Party. And thanks to everybody who has submitted their scholarship applications. I believe they are all in, and I do not know the status of them, but it will be, they'll notify people down the road. Reuters has an article talking about UTC, or United Technologies, noting that the Middle East order is slow due to low oil prices. And, I don't know if I buy all that. I know oil prices have been low for a long time. I'm just not sure how many elevator Middle East orders there are, obviously. So, but they've affected so much. So the reality is perhaps that's a good reason to point the finger at something. So, okay, if you have kids, this is the Wall Street Journal article highlighting the top 3 geek-type books that you should read. And, okay, if you have kids, I guarantee they play Minecraft. Even my teenagers play it. I mean, every time I go in the room, they're on it. And I got to say, Minecraft is one of the coolest games I can say are out there. It involves a huge creative element, problem solving, and I'm amazed at the popularity that it has. if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you just do some Google searches or a Google search on Minecraft, and you can find out basically so much more about it. You can build elevators, buildings, all sorts of stuff. All I can say is when I tried playing it or went through the tutorial, I literally, like, it got dark out, and I literally just hid myself. I built a wall, a box around me so that I wouldn't get attacked by creepers and then some spider thing. And I just stayed in there. I'm like, I'm safe here. I'm good. Other than that, I cannot play the game. I cannot play the game. I don't know. But here's a book called Block Wonders, How to Build Superstructures in Minecraft. And it's amazing what some of these kids are doing. I mean, it is totally amazing. So encourage you to check it out. If you're interested and you like to read, this might be a good book for you. If your kids are into Minecraft, at least that way you can kind of be on the same page as them. Okay, Bennington Battle Monument Elevator gets mechanical upgrades, which is kind of interesting. You don't read too many of these articles where mechanical upgrades are being done to an elevator rather than electrical ones, So it seems as if it's some type of repair, not really a modernization, but they're getting new buttons, a new motor, but it's kind of cool. This is in Vermont, so if anybody has any photos of this, I'd love to see them of this monument. Next article, Otis offered next connection tool for elevators. This comes from prnewswire.com. I thought this was cool. Unfortunately, I don't need to say unfortunately, this was in last week's program as well, but it's an app. It's something that's going to interface with their Gen 2, the new Gen 2 elevator system, where you will be able to call the elevator from your iPad, your iPhone, or your phone, or whatever. And this is kind of where I thought, the apps were going to go. And I know that the one program, I forgot what it's called, but Steve Romness from VMI had created one which is really slick, and I forgot the name of it. Oh man, I can see it in my mind, and I just can't say it. I don't want to say it. But anyway, whereas Steve and VMI's product, it has more to do with not an open user source deal thing, but it had more to do with setting up per elevator rather than it being something that's specifically for one manufacturer. So, but yeah, I can imagine something like this taking off, especially in buildings where, big office buildings, stuff like that. So I thought that was a pretty cool step in the right direction. Hopefully the investment in the development of it, pays off because I don't think it was inexpensive at all to run something like that or get it going. And last news article of the program, the second annual scholarship fundraiser for the Chicago Elevator Association is set 2016, May 19th. It's going to be at Hawthorne Racetrack. Please consider registering. It's going to be $65 per person, open bar dinner, and then you can also sponsor the event as well. So please, come out and join us for our May meeting before we head into summer, and it'll be great to see you. So anyway, well, that's going to do it, everybody, for today's show. I want to thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed it, please share it with your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers, your whoever, and feel free to leave comments over on the Facebook page or on elevatorradioshow.com. Be safe out there and practice safety every day. Actually, that's what I should say. Have a great rest of the week, everybody. A nice Easter, and we will talk to you next Wednesday.